Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to do a report today. Today's the 28th of December, Monday, and 822 children were just murdered at the Crawfordsville, Texas MILAB. They had brought in 156 this morning. 156 children brought in from South America, and they were abducted by something called SOCOM forces. I believe that's one of the hidden military armies. It's spelled SOCOM, I believe, if I have that correct. And the children were taken from Guatamala, Peru, and Brazil. And I have been able to research to figure out how they were taken from there to here. I would assume by ship. I'm not sure if the high-speed rails go down through there or not. And then purposely chosen number of 666, 666 children were brought in by ICE, the American-owned child trafficking corporation called ICE, and people that just really heavily contribute to this child trafficking system run by DARPA and the CIA, owned by the Bush family. And ICE had collected Mexican children from New Mexico, Southern California, and Arizona. And most of them were brought to the Albuquerque, New Mexico MILAB. And from there, they were transported by rail to Crawfordsville. Of these 666 children, they were all Mexicans, except for 17. 17 of the children were from Costa Rica. And today we also have another unusual situation because I think it was yesterday, there was a woman that worked for the Pentagon, a lovely woman with 2 children, and she was murdered. And today they included 3 FBI agents. The assistant director of the FBI has murdered 3 FBI agents because they approached him and told him that they wanted to do something about this child trafficking situation. So then the assistant director of the FBI shot him. And I can't get his name. I'm having trouble with names today. We're having a big ice storm, and I'm having massive headaches from the weapons they use, so names become very difficult for me. But I did get the names of the FBI agents. The first guy, his name was John, and he had 64% sacred light, and he had been an FBI agent for 16 years. The second FBI agent that was murdered, her name was Katherine, and she had 69% sacred light when she was murdered, and she worked for the FBI for 15 years. And the third man was named Robert. He had 71% sacred light when he died, and he worked for the FBI for 11 years. And I haven't checked to see, I didn't pull up the assistant director's DNA to see if he's notified their families or not yet. But the assistant director of the FBI is 63% reptilian, and let's see, 2% amphibian, and let's see, is he a clone? No, he's not a clone. But that explains why, because the reptilians and the reptilian-human hybrids here on Earth love to murder human children. It's their primary focus, to kill as many humans as possible and take this planet. And if we haven't had divine intervention, virtually all humans would be dead, except there are a few humans that serve these monsters. Why, I don't know. Probably money and drugs, probably, I would assume. And but the director had taken them. They were already close to the high-speed rail when they were murdered. It was in some kind of office, and that's where the assistant director shot them all. He shot them all in the head. Katherine, he shot through the heart. The two men, John and Robert, were shot in the head, and the other FBI agent, Katherine, was shot through the heart. And so that makes 822 children were murdered today and 3 adults. And also I would like to add that so far, these children haven't been processed yet because they were just killed, and it takes a while for them to process. But so far, 16,507 people, virtually all children. Let's see, heavens tell me, 3 adults. 16,504 children and 3 adults have been put into the CARGILL meat supply. Most of these children are Mexicans, and they process this, I think they call it pink slime sometimes, but they process these children into hamburger meat, and then CARGILL is selling the bulk of that hamburger meat to Mexicans, to Mexico. And the Mexicans don't really realize that they're eating their own children for dinner. But the sad thing is that they're paying for this too. I mean, it's just the whole situation is horrific. It's sad. But can you imagine being a Mexican restaurant or Mexican citizen, and not really having a lot of money, so you buy the cheapest grade meat that you can buy, and so they're literally paying money to eat their own children for dinner. And I just wanted to bring people's attention to that. And thank you for your prayers. And law of attraction sessions work the best. Law of attraction exercises. All the ascended masters create with intent. And over the past decade or so, we here on this planet have learned that that's how we create as well. That the best way for us to create is with intent. You can Google the power of intent if you'd like to do more research on that. Thank you.